Hello, just got a few minutes before I've got a couple of people coming down to visit. I just wanted to do a quick video on the Euro 5 Himalayan that people have been asking me about. I've got a couple of 100 miles on this bike now. I am going to do a riding video on it soon. I've just got to make a bit of time to get out and do that. But I was out on it yesterday. We were out on the Interceptors yesterday. I took a group, ended up with 6 Interceptors out and 3 Himalayans. So it was a full Royal Enfield experience day yesterday. Thanks to those who responded to my video that I put out the other day. I will be doing another 95-pounder Interceptor Day, Continental Day. If you're interested, message me. Just because, it seemed popular and it's good to get them out. But for now, just talking about the Euro 5 Himalayan. Is it a big difference to the Euro 4? No. Are the changes subtle? Yes. Are they noticeable? Yes, if you squint. But they aren't a transformative changes. They're just a bit of spit and polish on what is already the existing bike. Notably, the seat is a little bit different. I think they've made it so it doesn't swing you forward. The original bike, as I got on it yesterday, just udges you forward towards the tank, and some people find that it pushes them too far forward. This one, I think they've sculpted it a little bit flatter, as you can see. So that's the standard. That's the old bike, Euro 4. It has got a cool cover on it, but there's a bit more of an up curve at the back, which slides you forward. With the new bike, that's gone, and I think they've made it that little bit flatter. I still think it's only an hour or 2 hour comfortable. The foam is still quite soft, so I do think, for me, the cool cover solves the issue with the seat. But I still, it's not a transformative improvement on the seat. What the pillion seat's like, I don't know. The rear rack, I really like the rear rack design. I think adding the ability to carry more weight and hopefully not shatter or crack like it did on the original is a big bonus. I think the aftermarket accessory companies are going to be pulling their hair out the fact that they will no longer be able to sell an upgraded rear rack. What else did I notice? The frames, people have commented how that gives them a bit more room, although there was a tall leg guy on it who took it for a ride yesterday who still found this a little bit off-putting. He couldn't get his knees in there, and so for a longer legged rider, it might not have entirely cured that knee position issue. I do think from an engine point of view, they have really just polished the bottom end. Where I notice it most, the improvement, is when you're rolling into a corner, say second or maybe a third gear corner, you come off the power to roll in, and then you bring the power in as you go through the corner, and that transition from off power to on power is that bit smoother now, more linear and cleaner, and therefore you don't get that on and off power sensation that you got with the other one. Riding this one back to back with this one that's got 6,000 miles on it and needs a service, there's definitely improvement. It definitely feels a more polished product and less of that big thumper roughness to it that the old one has got, or certainly that one of mine. So I think the improvements are down low. Just the basic fueling of the bike just feels that little bit cleaner on and off the throttle, a bit cleaner pickup. It's got a bit more of a Japanese-ness about the power delivery now, which I quite like. Maybe taking out a bit of character, but that's probably no bad thing. One thing does concern me a touch. So these side panels, when you're standing, they get a lot of rub, especially when it's wet and you've got mud on there. That I've got a feeling that's going to soon tarnish and come off. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes. Most importantly, I think the front brake is improved. I don't know if it's a change to the front pads or what, but the brake definitely feels that little bit sharper and grippier than the last bike I've ridden. Whether it's just a case of pads, I think that's all it can be, because the caliper, so that's the old caliper. This is a new caliper, looks identical to me. Just the mounting, that's got a different, so they've changed the position of this to bring it away from the wheel, which is probably just a bit of a design improvement, but the caliper itself looks fundamentally the same. So I think it can only be pads that they've improved on it. So that's no bad thing. Has it made it brilliant braking? No, but it's definitely made it more stopping sensation. The Seat tyres, which people are sort of concerned about to some extent, I think these are perfectly fine. I can't see any problem with them, and they gave good road holding yesterday, and I don't see why you'd want to change those out straight away. What I found, so the side stand, another improvement that's been made is they have shortened the side stand, and arguably they've shortened it too much. Now it leans a little bit too much, and I would say once you've got luggage on that, I think it's going to maybe want to come over itself If you can just see, there's quite a bit of an angle on that compared to that one, which sits more upright. So it's quite, I don't know if you can see that. That quite upright, that quite lent. And I think somewhere between the two would have been ideal, because I think once you've got luggage on that and some weight on the panniers, that could, on the wrong camber, just come, you know, the bike could go that way. Whereas previously, the bike sat too upright and went that way. So, yeah, they've kind of gone too far the other way. Other than that, dashboard's nice. I think I quite like the new instruments. It's only subtle improvements again, but it just looks a bit cleaner, especially in dark. The darkness, I think they took away the yellow tint to it, if you can see. So you got sort of the yellowy hue of that, and replaced it with more, I think, a classier white look to it. This, I've not plumbed in I've not connected the app to this yet, but it seems to do its job. Same amount of wind buffeting. Can't say as I've noticed any improvement in there. So that's about it. Got guests here. Hello. So that's it. I'll do a riding video soon and an update on that. Cheers.